Okay guys, we're here with the all-new Ford F-150 Lightning. This is in the XLT trim right here with the extended range battery pack, the full-on beans. We have like over 550 horsepower, 770-ish pound-feet of torque. I'm going to put the exact figures there. I'm just going off the top of my head, but this thing's nuts. Ford says 0 to 60 and around or under the mid to 4-second range, and I can tell you right now, it is definitely that quick. But additionally, it drives really well. It has an independent rear suspension now. And of course, that massive battery pack adding even more weight and keeping the car really planted. So let's go hop inside and let's see how it drives really quickly. So waiting into the Lightning, approaching it, of course, let me just show you really quick. The lights do turn on, which is really nice. And I think this thing just looks really cool. Up front, we have, if you just hold this down really quickly, this thing pops open. Power, front, trunk. It is huge. It does take a little bit to open, but it's massive. Really awesome stuff. You have power outlets there, additional storage under there, and it closes like this. But this is a driving video. Let's go show you guys what it drives like. Okay guys, so we're inside the F-150 Lightning. Let's put the keys down over here, pop my seatbelt on. Let's take it on a short little drive. This thing is really, really nice inside. On these short drives, it's really, really fast. Again, this has the extended range battery pack. Let's just pop it on. All the screens come to life in front of you. This is actually a pretty configurable gauge cluster over here. I'm pretty surprised about that. In its mode right now, we're in normal mode, and you can kind of go through them. Truck info, towing info, phone, audio settings, navigation. So you do have a lot of nice different stuff on here, which is really nice. And when you pop it into the different drive modes, you do get different stuff going on as well. So it's really cool. But yeah, and trip settings and all that fun stuff. I don't want the navigation on. Okay, let's turn that off really quick. Okay. All right, we got that all settled. Now, when you pop over here, you can see your drive modes. And here you got normal, sport, off-road, tow haul, one pedal driving, and a locking differential. I don't like the one pedal driving. It's actually really, really aggressive. Not the biggest fan of that. But for all intents and purposes for now, let's just pop it into sport mode because it is pretty nuts actually in sport mode. Yeah. Let me just see, find a cool screen to keep it on over here for you guys. Power distribution screen's awesome. Pop into drive and we're in sport mode and let's head off. Let's just make sure we're safe over here. Sweet. Now, this thing, like I said before, has the fully independent suspension. And that massive battery pack out back, which is going to give you kind of that more planted feel. And I'm surprised of how this drives. This actually drives really, really well, really solid, no jitteriness, no kind of like unstableness. It's really planted to the ground, of course, with the battery, and I feel really solid and safe in it actually, which is really nice. I wasn't expecting that getting into it, so that was a good thing to feel. Now the ride actually itself is pretty comfortable. Now this is a really poor road to kind of judge it on. It is really smooth, but we'll take it on a little bit of some bumps and ruts in a little second, and it actually is really smooth. I really am impressed with that. Now I don't know if that's due to the fact of the absolutely massive rear kind of like subframe control arms, but it is nice, or the battery being super heavy. But just a quick little acceleration pull, you can see how fast this is. Holy Jesus. It chirps the wheels. It's nuts. It is really nuts how fast this thing is. And like I said before, over 770 pound-feet of torque. It has over 550 horsepower, and it can pull. Now, every time you do those pulls, you are going to dramatically decrease all of your range, and it will go through it really quickly. So you want to be careful how much you do that, but it is really tempting when you have this much power on tap. Now, another issue that I have noticed with the Lightning is the turning radius is absolutely horrible. So this is full lock. This is a bad example, but there was a really sharp turn down another road over here, and I'll show you guys really quick here. Full lock. Terrible turning radius. You got to be careful where you're going. I don't know if that's due to the electric motors, and I haven't driven a regular F-150, so I'm not too sure about its turning radius, but this one's not super good. We're driving a Bronco, and that had a much better turning radius, but of course that was a short wheelbase, so I'm going to digress there. Nonetheless, it is pretty comfortable. Really quiet in here. Now, this is an EV, so there's no motors or anything or engines making any sound. So as it is an EV, you got to have additional sound deadening, additional insulation, because you're going to be able to hear more things like tire noise. You're going to be able to hear wind and other stuff. And this is actually very well insulated inside of this F-150 Lightning. I'm really impressed by that, actually. They did a good job. It is really quiet in here. Now, when you do get off the throttle, if you come to a full stop, demonstrate this for you guys really quickly, you can kind of hear that electric motor whine. I'm gonna be quiet for a second. There is a faint electric motor whine in the distance, which is really cool. But other than that, it is dead silent in here, and I do really like that. I think if you're gonna get an expensive EV, and yeah, sure, it's $77,000 or $76,000 with this extended range battery pack, and sure, you don't get the nicer seats, whatever, but the powertrain, I think they did a really solid job on, and I'm kind of impressed by this one on that aspect. And yeah, it's just really comfortable to drive in. When you don't need to like be hauling around like a lunatic, you can pop it into normal mode, and it's a great daily car. Super comfortable, super soft. And that noise is really cool in the distance. Like I can whisper right now and you guys can't hear me. Like it's that kind of quiet. Let's pop around over here. Check out that turning radius again. Oh, I do have a lot more space there. But yeah, I am liking this a lot more than I thought I was gonna like it. Now, of course, this is one of the main pickup trucks, electric pickup trucks on the market. Of course, we have the Rivian R1T, which is significantly more expensive, starting in the $70,000 range and going up from there. And then upcoming, of course, we have the Cybertruck, the Silverado EV, a whole bunch of others on their way soon. So options are gonna get wider and more broad, but right now, this is probably a great pick. And if you can't get your hands on the Rivian, you might not be able to get your hands on one of these either, but if you can, they're impressive. A lot of capability. I am pretty impressed what Ford was able to do, and like with this platform. Now, this was not a ground-up EV platform. This was an F-150. They shoved batteries in. Totally re-engineered the entire rear end of the vehicle. And I think they did a great job. And this is our first real attempt at an electric pickup truck, and they beat almost everyone to the market. Really great job on them right here. Now, I'm going to take you guys outside of the car in a second, just so you can guys see what this thing looks like when it squats down and gets ready to launch, because it's nuts. Other than that, I'm going to conclude this drive. But yeah, I'm really liking this F-150 Lightning. I think they did an incredible job. Let's turn around over here. And for a truck platform, something with the frame, it drives super, super nice. Super, super nice. Really impressive stuff. And getting out of it's really easy. Put it into park. If you want to pop your shifter down, you can press the button to pop the shifter down and just power off. Simple. And that's the other great thing. The experience is just like a regular F-150. There's no kind of like EV-ness about it. If you're used to driving a pickup truck, it's a pickup truck that's powered by electricity. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this really short little drive of the F-150 Lightning. Quick launch incoming, but I really love this thing. Definitely go check it out if you're able to, and stay tuned for a lot more content coming from Allcarnews. Peace out, everyone. Okay. Holy Jesus. This thing is quick, guys. This thing's really quick.